For attempt to make my pizza oven, I used this exercise ball and I built a frame to put that exercise ball in. Now I made this mixture of cement and perlite and coated that on my igloo structure. You'll notice that some areas are bumpy, some areas are smooth. I even built a solid footing that went down 4 feet to go below my pizza oven. So first I'm building the base. This is the foundation that my pizza oven is going to be built upon. So I just finished securing in place row 3. You can see the mortar that is drying on row 3. And then I just finished placing the brick for row 4 so I could space it out. And I had to cut a couple pieces. So I cut that one and I cut that one. So row 4 is about to be mortared in place. That's my goal, is to finish row 4 today. It's gonna take me a couple of hours. Okay, I got the 4th level of cinder block attached. I do feel like I'm getting better at it, quicker at it, but it still takes quite a lot of time. All right, so I'm happy to be done with the base, with the foundation here. You can see I built it 5 layers high, but I did something unique on the top layer. I left this gap. What I'm gonna do is put this angle iron down across there. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, and one on the outside here, 4, so I can make a really solid platform across the top. Okay, so this igloo looking thing is the pizza oven that will eventually be put up here on this platform. So today I finished doing the top layer of cinder block around the top, and I just glued in these angle irons, and so I've got just bricks on top to weigh them down as the glue, the construction adhesive that you can see as that dries. So that's what I've been working on today. All right, so now I've just built the ramp that we're gonna be able to slide the pizzas up as they go inside. Okay, actually I'm just making this up as I go. I glued all of these pieces on. I probably should have wiped off some of that extra construction adhesive, but I've glued all of them in place, and I've just got weight just holding them there. I'm gonna let them sit there and dry. And I had an extra piece, so I glued it to this end simply so it could raise it up, because all the other angle irons are higher up. And so when I span across from front to back, now the back side will be the right height. And this plank is my ingenious way of putting pressure this way. Since this one's not being wedged between two, it's just sitting on the edge. So I've got pressure down and forward. So I put just a thin layer of mortar that I had dry overnight with the wood pressing on it, just really to fill in the space. And now I'm going to attach the wood frame with construction adhesive. My next step is to build this wooden platform that I'm then going to put this brick platform on. These are 4 inches thick, and I've decided I want to leave enough room on the side for the width of a 2x4 or 2x6. So this side will need to be trimmed, so I'll trim it somewhere in that region. So now I've got the boards spaced out the way that I want them. So now I'm going to cut pieces to length and secure them in there. My precision cutting is lacking, so we're gonna see how I do. This how it looks from this side, just getting the spacing all right. All right, take a look at this. I haven't moved them at all, but I just measured it, and it's nice and snug. It's a perfect fit. So I'm gonna drill pocket holes into all 4 sides, so then I can just attach it in there. Let's see how it goes. My plan of drilling right here isn't going to work with this jig. I can't turn the board sideways like that. So I'm just going to drill 2 holes here and here. Alright, I was gonna drill these from underneath, but I just thought that would be a little bit too challenging, so I didn't want to take things apart. So I'm just gonna drill them in like this. It took me a minute to find these square drill bits here. Well, I can't reach all the way down in there. I don't know if that's seated up against it. No, it can go quite a bit further, so how am I supposed to do that? Alright, Ace Hardware to the rescue. Hopefully it's the right size. There we go, that felt right. Okay, awesome. So what I was noticing here is I put glue in places where there's actually no wood touching the angle iron. I just decided to leave it there. So now I'm using the same construction adhesive to glue these concrete blocks to that wood frame. And I want to point out the wood frame, these pieces of 2x6 are actually warped and twisted, but by using the pocket holes the way that I did and attaching the board that way, as soon as I put these concrete blocks on top, it removed all the warping. It made it perfectly flat. Okay, so I need a few more of these bricks. I found out that these are just here to weigh it down, but this goes further than the length of my igloo, a pizza oven. On top of this is where I'm going to put the fire brick, and I'll put that in the shape of the igloo on there. But I do want to just square this off. I had to cut these bricks down to size to leave room here for the studs that I'm going to put in when I frame over the top. So I just need 4 more to square this off, and it'll be good. I think I should clear away this construction adhesive. All right, so I finished it. I'm pretty happy with this. Under here is going to be storage for firewood and stuff I'll probably put in the wagon and put doors on it. There is the platform for my pizza. Now we're laying out the fire brick, and I wanted to do a cool pattern that I see a lot of pizza ovens built this way on YouTube, so I thought I'd do the same thing. I've got my son helping me out. I'm not using the right type of saw here, but I've got a masonry blade and a sequel tool. Now we're not cementing them in place yet. We just wanted to dry fit them. Now we're soaking it so that the mortar, the moisture from the mortar doesn't get stolen away and sucked into the brick. But we wet all the bricks first, then when you add the mortar, it will flow up at it. Any experts at using mortar or doing masonry like this will have a lot of critique for me. I'm just teaching myself. This is my first time doing any project like this. All right, so it took me about 6 hours. Started about 3 in the afternoon. It's maybe 9 p.m., maybe 9:30. The footprint is bigger than my igloo pizza oven. So now the job I've got to figure out is how to lift that up on top. So I'm gonna do that 2 days from now.